Hey, welcome back everyone. How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. This video, it's about something very interesting that I didn't even realize until I went to my discussion forums on my YouTube page, and one of the subscribers by the name of Tony Boyd. First of all, thank you, Tony Boyd. I appreciate that. That's Boyd with a D at the end. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you doing this for me. This was 3 weeks ago. It's just that I was going through Hurricane Irma, so I didn't get a chance to look into this. As you all know, I'm very busy. I'm doing this all by myself. So what this video is what's going to be about this video, it's trying to show you step by step on how to utilize high dynamic range HDR 10 on Madden 18, I'm sorry. So I'm going to show you how to do this. And the only reason I know how to do this, it's because of Tony Boyd. So Tony Boyd, thank you a lot. And I believe there's one more person I can give a shout out to. Let the Machine give a shout out to her as well. She's pretty cool. She's been following me. I have a lot of people following me on my channel, both male and female. Mainly it's guys that are following me because this is a technical geek thing where I'm mainly doing technical aspects of 4K and HDR. If I'm doing live streams, then I get some girls as well. They go in and they follow my channel. And speaking of live streams, I want to say one more thing before I do this. I know I'm kind of butchering this video. In terms of live stream, I'm going to try to do Friday evening and Saturday evening. So basically Friday nights and Saturday nights beginning of October. So every Friday night and every Saturday night you will see live streams. It's going to be at least 6 hours live streams. So it's going to happen, So hopefully you guys are excited about that. It's going to be a live stream with the camera, so you will see me while I'm playing, and also you're going to see me talking through the camera. I'll have the professional microphone, so it's going to be a professional live stream. Okay, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do that. But that's just something I have to get out of the way, so I apologize. I'm really sorry that I just spent almost 3 minutes, giving a shout out, but I had to let you know on what's going on. So all right, so let's jump right into this, because this is what you guys want to know. Madden 18, as you all know, it is native 4K. It's a native 4K, and it utilizes a same engine that FIFA utilizes and Battlefield 1 utilizes, and I'm talking about Frostbite engine, okay? But it is a native 4K. However, HDR, it's something that you will have to go through settings in order to activate it. And I don't know why Madden, why EA did this. Why couldn't they just activate the HDR just like in FIFA automatically? But they went a different route. Again, it's NFL. Speaking of NFL, I'm not gonna jump into any political. I could care less about politics. I don't talk about politics on my channel, so I'm here to be focused on one thing only. That's this HDR 4K. You guys come to my videos to watch them for... It's an escapism, basically. You guys want to escape from everyday reality and stress, and you want to come watch my videos, and that's what this is about. So anyway, I already butchered this video. So if you hit the dislike, I totally understand. I butchered 4 minutes. I apologize. All right, so here's the deal. Okay, this is the main menu. When you get to the main menu on the Madden 18, make sure you go to the settings. Okay, scroll all the way to the right. On the main menu, go to the customize. All right, so when you get to customize, make sure you click on customize. Then make sure you go down scroll down and hit settings. Click on settings. Once you hit on the settings, then you click again. And then once you click on the settings again, you have to go all the way down to visual feedback. Okay? If you guys, if this is too quick, too fast, you can always rewind this video and pause it, write it down, go step by step, okay? Click on visual feedback. Once you get to the visual feedback, make sure you scroll all the way down. Way down. Way down. Now, you see where it says accessibility down below. These are the two things you have to watch out for: the brightness and contrast. Now, what is it that HDR needs? It breeds on the contrast and brightness, peak brightness. So it needs that. That's what it really breeds on. That's what it feeds on. Okay, so make sure that you leave the contrast and brightness at the highest. Normally what's going to happen when you buy this game, when you download this game, it's going to be set on the default. You want to make sure that you move it all the way to the highest. Okay? If it stays the default, if brightness and contrast here, if they stay at default, then you're not going to see HDR10. Okay? And you will notice it. Like, you will see a huge difference. And also when you click on your menu, you will see that says HDR10. This is kind of like same principle that Windows 10 uses in some retrospect, like dynamic color. But here they're using the highest contrast, peak brightness. So once you have brightness and contrast set to highest, then you're going to have the HDR10. And you're going to ask me, how do you know that it's going to be HDR10? Okay. Currently, I'm using a Roku TV 55-inch P605. So on Roku 55 P605, all you have to do is click right here, OK, on a display, and you will see it right there, 4K 60Hz HDR10. So there you have it, right there, 4K 60Hz HDR10. Now look what happens if I do this. If I leave it at default, look what happens. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's leave it at default, and look what happens. Everything becomes more washed out, more oversaturated, because now you don't have that HDR. The HDR is not present. Now pay attention what happens when I switch it back to here. Let me show you. Pay attention what happens when I go to visual feedback, go all the way to the accessibility, and look what happens when I move it all the way to highest. Did you notice that? See, look at this. See that? I don't know if you guys, did you notice that? You see what happens? You see now the deep dark levels are much better, and the peak brightness, it's much better. So now you're getting a full brightness and contrast that HDR10 needs. Now you're getting a full HDR10 experience here. Okay? And of course, if you click OK, you're gonna see it right here. It says HDR10. HDR10, 60 Hz, 4K. So it's a native 4K, 60 Hz, and HDR10. And I think this is what's so unique about EA Sports this year. I gave EA Sports this year some credit, which they deserve. Even though I wasn't a big fan of EA in the past few years. I didn't like their decisions. I didn't like the decisions that Peter Moore made. But it seems that this year EA Sports is listening to its customers. Okay, they are bringing native 4K. They are bringing HDR. Again, we're talking Madden and FIFA. These two licensed games they have, they're the top sellings EA Sports games, you know, Madden and FIFA. And they both have native 4K and HDR. And that's pretty cool. Especially this year, if you are a sports fan, if you love basketball, you got NBA 2K 18 that's on 4K and HDR. You got FIFA soccer that's on native 4K and HDR, and then you got football NFL Madden that's in native 4K and HDR. So that's pretty cool for those of us who love sports. Okay, so I give EA Sports a credit this year for doing this. I think it's pretty cool. Can't wait to try this out in the Xbox One X as well. So let's go through this one more time, just in case you don't get confused. Let's go back to the menu. All right. Okay, here we are. Here we are, Madden 18 demo. I'm sorry, not demo, full game. Menu, Madden 18 menu. I'm sorry, man. It's been a long day. It's been a long day for me, man. I worked like 12 hours plus shift. So my voice is kind of like here and there. So once you get to the main menu, Madden 18, main menu. Okay, let me do this in a Solid Snake voice to make it easier. Colonel, once you get to the main menu of the Madden 18, make sure you scroll all the way to the Customize. Click on the Customize. Make sure you scroll down 3 clicks to the Settings. Click on the Settings. Once you get to the Settings menu, click again. Now you're at the Game Options menu. Make sure you move down all the way to the Visual Feedback. On the Visual Feedback, make sure you click on it. Click on the Visual Feedback. Now you're at the Visual Feedback menu. Make sure you scroll all the way down to the Accessibility. Once you're at the Accessibility, move down all the way to the Brightness and Contrast. Make sure you move all of this to the highest. So there you have it. Make sure you turn brightness and contrast all the way to the highest. Once you have done that, that's it. Now you're in HDR, HDR 10. And here, if you're still in disbelief and can't believe that you actually are playing Madden native 4K in HDR, click on the display. You can do this same thing for any of your televisions. You click on your display menu on your remote control. Doesn't matter which TV you have, they all have a display menu. You click on the display menu and it's going to tell you what type of output are you displaying. And in this case, it's a native 4K 60 Hz HDR 10. So there you have it. Yet another HDR 10 game. I think it's safe to say beginning of 2018, I think 2018 is going to be a 4K year. There's going to be a truckload of 4K movies on HDR, truckload of video games in 4K and HDR with both Xbox One X, PlayStation 4 Pro, PC, and who knows, even Comcast was saying that their new 4K boxes, 4K devices, they're going to be rolling out like first quarter of 2018 or something like that. This is according to NBC Universal Comcast. They're going to start doing 4K HDR television, meaning you'll have HBO in 4K HDR, you'll have Stars, ESPN, Fox Sports 1 and 2, 4K HDR. So we'll see what happens. And of course, we already have Apple 4K TV and native 4K and HDR. So I think it's safe to say 2018, it's officially here. 4K is here. There is really, honestly, I want to say something before I end this video. But before I end the video, I'm going to show you just how it looks. We'll play one game just so you can see how it looks. But before we do that, I just want to say there really is no excuse for anybody out there not to have a 4K TV. They're really cheap. You can get it for $500, $400. You can get the 4K TV with HDR for $400. I have seen people buy a 1080p TV for like $700. I was like, are you kidding me? But it's a 65-inch. Yes, you could have gotten a 65-inch for same amount of money, but with HDR and Dolby Vision from TCL or from Vizio. So anyway, I'm just trying to say that there is no excuse for you not to have a 4K TV. 4K TVs are within the range of affordability. Okay, everyone can afford a 4K TV. Now, there's different types of 4K TVs. You know, you got entry level, you got mid-range, and then of course you got elite premium versions, which are like the top of the line. Okay, so there's many different layers of that. But anyway, there you have it. Again, big shout out to Tony. He was the one that actually told me about this 3 weeks ago before Irma hurricane hit. Tony Boyd. Tony Boyd. Oh, Tony Boyd. The pipes are... Oh, whatever. I was going to sing something else. Sorry about that. You know me, I got to put some comedy. So let's play a quick game here. Let's just do this. Let's do it. Let's continue my franchise. And here, you can check it out here as well. It says bright HDR. So we'll keep it on bright HDR right there as well. It's still currently loading, but there you have it in HDR right there. And looks fantastic, man. It really adds to the experience. It's just, you're just going to enjoy it. You know, it's interesting. Yesterday, I was playing... No, don't touch me. I'm going to take a knee, dude. Don't touch me. If you get offended by me saying that, oh, well, too freaking bad. Sorry. I don't have time for your feelings, okay? Anyway, what I was going to say is... what I'm trying to say, if you can take a joke, then whatever, dude. Just buzz off. Switch to another video. Come on, here we go, here we go. There you go. Nice. Oh my God, am I going to score the touchdown? Oh my God, this is going to happen. Oh, almost. Look, what I'm trying to say, it just looks amazing, man. HDR here. HDR truly adds to the experience on a sports games. Not just sports games, but every game. Like yesterday, I was playing Formula 1 2017 on a PC on my Samsung KS8000 on native 4K and HDR, and that Formula 1 just came to life with the ultra settings, native 4K and HDR. And I think this is something that's truly going to be a game changer for the consoles. I think Xbox One X is going to push that torch. It's going to carry that torch of native 4K and HDR, and then PlayStation 5 is going to jump into it and most likely do something even more further down the line. But that's great. See, competition is great. It's good to have a competition because competition pushes the technology, the evolution of technology. Here we go. Here we go. Well, like I said, looks amazing. You know, you can always find out that you are in native 4K HDR. You just click here, or you can exit if you want to. You can exit and just click here, and it'll show up HDR. You will see it. You know, see it says HDR right there. So, or you can click right here, and you'll see 4K 60 hertz HDR10. So now you have 2 games. You got Madden, actually 3 games. You got Madden 18, FIFA 18, and NBA 2K18. And it's beyond me. Konami, you evil. That Pro Evolution Soccer has that half-assed, I'm sorry, checkerboard 1440p, or is it dynamic resolution, okay? Either or. I think it's dynamic for 1440p upscale to 4K, instead of giving us a native 4K with HDR10. There's just no excuse. So I don't know what Pro Evolution Soccer was thinking. They're letting FIFA take all the glory. And it's sad because, you know, Pro Evolution Soccer is a great game. But it's beyond me that they won't take the advantage of that native 4K and HDR. And PlayStation 4 Pro can handle it. It can easily handle that native 4K and HDR on Pro Evolution Soccer. It's just the developers of the game, I don't know. But again, it's Konami, so I don't know what to tell you. But hey, we have a bunch of HDR games now available, especially sports games. We got Madden, we got FIFA, we got NBA 2K18, so this is a great year for sports lovers and racing lovers as well. You know, for those of you who love racing, now you have Formula 1 2017, you got Forza 7, and you've got the Project Cars 2, and of course Gran Turismo Sport. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, big shout out to Tony Broyd. It's because of him that this video was made available. I had no idea about this until I checked my forums, discussions. Alright guys, well, this is Mr. 4K Upscaler, and I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Have a good one though. Take care.